As we all know, every garden start out beautiful. Birds are chirping, flowers are blooming, everything look okay until you see this. Plant diseases, pest issue, thirsty plants, and finally to this. All right, I think it comes down to the question, how well do you know your soil? Does it drain well? Does it hold water after a couple days of significant rain? All right, what is the pH? Yes. Does the soil have sufficient nutrients for the vegetable to use to grow? I think we all fail to understand the importance of how good your soil needs to be when it comes to growing your food, because the soil plays a major role in the foundation in your garden, because depending on how good your soil is, that tells me how good the fruits, everything gonna come out. The soil is responsible for plant growth. It is also responsible for root to be grounded. And not only that, it is responsible to provide the proper nutrients for the plants to grow and be healthy. Okay? Soil is composed of 3 different minerals of particle. Number 1 is sand, which is a larger particle, and it does not pack tight. So this is why water is able to go through it freely. It's good for drainage, but however, it's bad to hold water. And it dries out quicker. Alright, second on the list is clay. Clay, on the other side, it's a smaller particle, which holds water a little bit better than sand. But the problem is with clay is that it could hold water for too long, So that means if the plant is sitting in water for too long, it could get root rot. So you don't want that. You want to make sure that the water is able to go through and able to drain properly so the plant could actually get air to breathe, so forth, so on. It's very important, guys. So don't just use clay in your garden just to grow your food, because it might lead to a lot of different things you do not want. All right, third on the list is silt. Silt is a little bit smoother than sand, than clay, So the idea is, guys, you want a soil that contains all those 3 that I just named: sand, clay, silt. When you have these 3 particles mixed together, you have some good soil. And what happens when you put this soil in your garden, you get great results. You get way much better result than to just cheat your plant by not giving it enough soil, or not enough silt, or not enough clay, or whatever it is. You want to make sure your soil is on point, and I mean on point. You can't go wrong with that. That's the key to get some beautiful harvest in your garden. So guys, remember, soil is very important when it comes to your garden. That's the number 1 thing when you're starting, especially if you're a beginner. Trust me on this, believe me. Use the right soil. Let's talk about crop rotation schedule. This is a tomato plant. All right. Let's say you plant this tomato here this year. Next year, you do not want to plant any tomatoes in this area at all. You want to wait at least 3 to 4 years before you use this soil again to grow some tomatoes. A 3-year rotation is good, but 5 or 6 years is even better. Would help with soil disease, plant nutrients balance, and not only that, guys, it'll help with pest diseases. Yes, avoid planting your plants in the same spot. All right, guys, another big thing is keeping your plants out the sun. All right, some plants require 6 to 8 hours a day to be in the sun. And if the plant's sitting in the sun all day, this is what could happen, especially without no irrigation system. Say you don't have a water system going, the blueberries start to shrivel because it's not getting enough water. The soil is drying up quick, so it is important for you to have a water system going. Very important. You see it? And as you can see, I have a very sandy soil. You see that, guys? That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't retain water. This is Florida. It doesn't retain water, and I have to stay on top of watering. Absolutely. While I'm at it, I'm going to pick my first blueberry from this tree ever. That's awesome. There it is, guys. It's pretty sweet. I might go for a second one. Where you at? Right here. There it is. It's not fully purple, but all right, so if you're the type of person that have a garden and you work all day and you don't have time to water your garden twice a day, you're gonna need some sort of irrigation system, some sort of water dripping system, so it could help the plants stay hydrated throughout a hot day like this, because you know that plays a major role in growing plants, guys. If your plant is not hydrated, it's not getting the proper water that it needs, or if it's not draining, or if it's holding too much water, that affects your garden. So guys, please follow instruction, watch this video if you have to. Again, the information I'm giving you guys is very important to having a successful garden, and there's so much more that plays into it other than just what I just showed you. But those 3 things that I just showed you is the basic step to having a successful garden without even using too much fertilizer. And if you want to know about fertilizer, you can watch some more of my videos, check them out, about fertilizing, keeping your plant fertilized. All right, how to fertilize your plants, how to water your plants, and how to go about gardening from a different perspective. Have fun gardening. All right, thank you for watching. I'm out.